I'm pretty sure of what I'm doing, so I'm going to give it a go now.
Okay.
I've already got. I mean, both of us already have our shoes off. We're indoors after all. Okie dokie.
You can do it.
I can do it.
Hello. This is the 256th Test from the Future, an experimental podcast from the year 2226, which we are sending from our present to yours. My name is Dirk.
And my name is Simon.
And we're putting the past in podcast.
Just before we get into the actual topic, I noticed something. So last week, episode 255, you accidentally said 2225. This week, 256, correctly said the year 2226. Basically, the thing I noticed was, hey, it's ending on the number
6 and 6.
But next week, episode 257, we're not going to jump forward another year already. So, but these 2 weeks,
these 2 weeks, okay, nice. And also 256 is double 128.
Correct, which is double 64.
Ooh, which is double 32.
Ooh, double 16.
Incredible.
We didn't have an episode 16, but we had an episode 32.
We did. I mean, we did actually have an episode 16, just nobody
our
got to
listeners.
listen to it.
I'm saying we didn't have it exactly.
I forgot what we spoke about.
In that episode, I also don't remember. That's the issue, like we don't have the episodes because they didn't successfully get back in time.
Yes. It was probably really good.
Almost certainly.
And really short. First ones were really short.
By they were more like tests. So
yes.
we were just testing that we could send. Anyways.
Today we have something really cool. We did a course, or the first lesson of the course.
Right. So both of us were in the same class, and we both started the course. That is one of the courses. That's an optional, what would you call it?
Add-on?
Yeah, an optional add-on for the space tour that will be going on soon.
This is because it's the first space tour that they're organizing, and we got in for free, and they trying all kinds of things to make it super exciting. So we talk about it so other people actually buy tickets. And one of the optional things that we can do in preparation is a course in walking through walls. Yes.
Which is, in principle, is something I could have learned years ago, but I totally didn't. I think the same for you, yeah? So it's for both of us. That's why we're doing the course, after all. We both don't know how to walk through walls, and now we're learning.
Yes. And the Illuminati, one of the alien species that we know, they can do it. Walk through walls.
Exactly. The teachers of Illuminati is based on stuff they know already.
Yeah. And the course is optional, but because it's free, we obviously signed up.
Of course. We're going on a space tour. It'll be useful for that. We make a podcast that we send back in time. It's useful for this.
And you never know when it
when
might
you might
come
need
in handy.
Exactly, when you might need to walk through a wall.
And the first lesson today was mostly guidelines.
Sure. It's the first class, the first lesson, so setting things up.
Yeah, exactly. Was still very interesting. There were some surprising guidelines there, but the homework that we have is memorize the guidelines, practice a little bit if we are brave enough, I guess. Eat Marmite, obviously.
Of course. The practicing part, they mentioned, the teacher mentioned to us, give it a go. Don't worry if you don't manage it now. You just had one lesson, we're going to have, I think it's a 6-week course or an 8-week course?
No, they have it now condensed in 3 weeks.
Of course, because we're going soon.
Yeah. So we have 2 lessons a week. Yes. So this was the first lesson. So they don't really expect you to already be able, and even if you can, you still need to practice quite a bit.
Sure. But I think makes sense, right? Because it's compressed. That's why we're already practicing after just one lesson.
Could be. Yeah, could be. But I think also if you're learning to play the piano, you can still, on day one, play the piano, just maybe not very good.
Sure.
Maybe walk through walls. Maybe you do it the first time, you get stuck.
It makes sense to start early. Basically, fail early, fail often. Basically, get the failure out. No, for real, get the failure out of the way. Don't worry about it, don't get stressed. Oh no, I have to be perfect to do this thing, walking through walls. Don't worry about it. Try it. Probably you won't succeed the first time, but then you've got the habit of trying, and the whole point of this course is that we will learn how to.
I was just thinking, can you get stuck? I should ask that next time.
Oh dang, yeah, Surprising to me now that they didn't mention that, because that, now you're saying it, that would be pretty tough to get stuck like halfway through a wall. I'm going to assume it's not possible. I'm going to assume once you walk through a wall, like you're through, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a matter of getting stuck in it.
It's basically if you have, once you've crossed the mountain, you'll automatically roll down the other side. Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that.
It's a good analogy.
But then maybe for our listeners, right? Because they might have the same questions that we had when we initially learned about this. Cool, let's do it because you can. But why would you walk through?
Right, like what are the stated purpose? Like us, maybe many people just do want to do it for fun, but what are the stated reasons?
Yeah. I mean, I think
it's like an emergency thing, yeah. Like that's the main thing. Like you can use it for all kinds of other things in addition, but in an emergency, if there isn't an exit that you can get through, if you can walk through walls, okay, then you can make your own exit effectively.
I was initially thinking, I want to grab something from the other room.
Yeah,
I don't have to walk all the way to the door.
And through the corridor, the whole way.
I thought I could just grab through the wall.
Just reach your hand or your arm through, yeah?
Yeah, get the mug, but apparently it doesn't work like that.
No, you have to go, exactly, you have to go entirely through.
Yeah, and then entirely back.
Yeah.
But still, cuts walking to the kitchen, time down to...
Which is, reduces that, which is good if you want to get a drink or something to eat. And actually, they didn't mention it in the first lesson we had, I guess. So I'll ask about it in our next one if they don't mention it. Can you bring things with you? So like, okay, you go to get a drink. Can you bring it back with you the same way, or do you need to go, the normal way through the doorways?
I know you can. I mean, clothes.
Exactly, the clothes you're wearing, you can.
So yeah, and if you're carrying something, does that come along?
Right, and the reason I'm thinking that might be a thing, because you can't wear shoes. So you have to take your shoes off when you want to go through. Which in your house you could just be wearing socks anyway. You're fine, yeah. But if you're outside, you probably have shoes on, and then you have to take them off. It's not a big hardship, especially if you need to get out of somewhere in an emergency. But if you just want to get a drink, maybe you'd rather walk through the hallway. Can
you take off your shoes and then hold them and then walk through the wall with your shoes?
Because then they wouldn't be on your feet. This is another good question for our teacher, yeah? Because, it might just be that your feet need to have contact with the ground with, not shoes in between. But, you can carry a drink or a pair of shoes.
Or put the shoes on your hands.
Oh, I mean, you could do. I probably wouldn't choose to do, but especially if I wanted to carry something. And also,
especially the carrying thing, how wide can you interpret that? Can you carry somebody else? Can you carry a statue?
Yeah.
Can you drag something behind you?
If it's about contact with the ground, for example, if the thing you're carrying, in air quotes, is actually, I don't know, an elephant that has a big balloon tied to it, so it's lifted it up off the ground, and you're just resting your hand on its leg. Can you then walk through the wall with the elephant, because the elephant isn't touching the ground and you are touching the elephant? So it's as if you're carrying it, even though you're not. We have so many questions that we should put to our teacher in our next lesson.
I was mostly overwhelmed by the whole thing, the instructions and the practicalities and so on. And only now talking about it with you and with our listeners, I'm thinking of all kinds of questions. But I mean,
for all we know, our teacher will, the beginning of the next lesson will totally answer, not even answer, it's not like we'll have to ask, this will be the topic and more, all of this kind of stuff will be covered, and then there'll be other stuff we haven't considered.
Or maybe it's also because it's the condensed version, they skipped all of that, you can read it in the guidebook or whatever.
Sure, because in terms of don'ts, we mentioned no shoes, but there were only two others, which sounds, now we're imagining all these possibilities, sounds very few.
Yes.
So don't drink fizzy water was another one.
And the thing about floors.
Sure. I mentioned about contact with them. You have to be careful not. No, but that's a separate thing. To your point, you need to be careful not to go through the floor.
Yes, exactly.
That's very important.
Because it's apparently floors and walls aren't that different, so you have to focus.
It's a matter of orientation.
Yes.
Basically, if you're perpendicular, so I think that's the word, 90 degrees to the floor, looking at a wall, I can go through the wall. If I trip and fall face down on the floor, then the floor is like a wall.
Yeah.
And depending on what's underneath the floor, it could be tricky.
Yeah, exactly. You just don't want to take that risk. And of course, the same applies to the outside walls if you're in a big building.
Right.
Don't
Especially if
walk through
you're
the outside walls.
ground floor, it's not such a big deal, but you're on the 20th floor, that's going to be tricky.
Or if you're in space.
Yeah, I think exactly. That's what I was thinking too. Exactly, because we're going to be on a space tour. A lot of the time we're going to be in a spaceship. It'll be real bad luck to step through, the wall, the bulkhead of the spaceship, and end up in a vacuum.
Or if it's an outside wall and you're on the ground floor and you go outside and it rains.
That would also not be great.
Can you take the umbrella?
Indeed. And or what if it's lava outside?
Ooh.
And you haven't got your lava boots on,
Yes. Or the whole garden is covered in Marmite.
Could get sticky.
Because
and you're just in your socks or barefoot, so it'd be real sticky.
Because the truck delivering all the Marmite that you were supposed to be eating just tripped over. Flying truck.
And okay, and there were some do's. So I said the don'ts,
Yes, right.
Don'ts were be careful about the floors, don't wear shoes, and don't drink fizzy water.
Yeah.
And
you did your homework.
I mean, the whole point was to memorize this stuff, yeah. I'm glad there were only 3 points of 3 do's, 3 don'ts, 3 don'ts, 3 do's. Either way, it was easy enough to remember. I don't think they care about the wording. I don't think you have to get the wording exactly the same. Checking the weather. So to your point of raining. Make sure you check the weather of where you're going to. Like if you're inside, going outside.
I'm trying to memorize the weather one I knew. I'm trying to Marmite. Eat Marmite regularly.
Yep, that's important.
I can't remember the third one.
The third one was, to have space gear with you at all times. It seems a bit unnecessary on a planet, but in the case of a space tour, it makes a lot of sense to have space gear with you in case you step out into space.
Yes, okay, yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Just a portable breather, on you at all times, so that if you accidentally step out into space, which would be really unlucky, that at least you can keep breathing, turn around, get back inside.
Then again, if we're on the space tour, there will be a lot of space around us.
A whole lot.
Yeah, so there's a pretty big chance if you go through any wall, there might just be space on the other side. Yeah, wow, cool. Well, I mean, we just had the lesson, so I hadn't really memorized it. Also, haven't really practiced.
That's a good point, yeah. Like, all we've talked about so far is important, but nothing we talked about so far is, okay, but how do you actually walk through a wall? And indeed, we've had only one lesson, and that was just briefly touched upon at the end, the actual technique.
Yeah, exactly. Just it was mostly a mind thing.
But shall we try?
I was going to say.
Yeah, let's try.
Shall I go first?
Yeah, we've got a wall right here. And on the other side is not a vacuum. It's just my hallway, so you should be fine.
Okay. Let me get in the proper frame of mind. Okay.
Yeah, looks good.
I'm going.
Yep.
I'm going.
Oh. Well, at least you didn't pass through into a vacuum, but sure, you also didn't get through the wall there.
Didn't. Yeah.
You okay? Like, it sounded like a bump, but it wasn't like painful, yeah? Like you were walking slowly.
No.
So.
I mean, I was walking slowly because I wasn't...
Not 100%, yeah.
Maybe I wasn't convinced enough.
And that is part of it. They did mention that you need to be sure of what you're doing. I'm pretty sure of what I'm doing, so I'm going to give it a go now. Okay. We both of us already have our shoes off. We're indoors after all. Okie dokie.
You can do it.
I can do it.
Whoa! Come back! Come back!
Hey, check that out.
Whoa, you did it twice.
Yeah, like went out and came back in.
Whoa, after one lesson.
It's pretty good, eh?
Cool.
It felt really funny too.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, I mean, we talked about some episodes ago, bubble condos, which I actually haven't gone on to yet, but it felt a bit like how I imagined that would be, like passing through the gelatinous material of the doorway, only there was no doorway, it was a wall. But then the wall somehow felt like so normally, that's a picture on the wall. I think our listeners can hear that. That's what the wall normally sounds like and feels like. It's hard. Yeah. But when I passed through it, it felt very soft and gelatinous.
See, I think when you're convinced that's the case, that's when it will work.
Right. I understood it would be the case.
Smart. Okay. Well, that looked pretty impressive.
How did it look from your perspective?
I mean, it's like how the teacher the teacher did it. Wow. Okay. Maybe your neutrino surfing experience helped.
That and maybe the telekinesis training that I've had for a long time now.
Okay. Or maybe you're just, brave.
I mean, there's that too. But we'll have more lessons to go.
Yeah, exactly. We'll keep the listeners up to date. Mm-hmm. Talking about listeners.
Indeed. We have an email. Let me read it here. And it's even topical. I mean, maybe that's why we chose it. So, Luna wrote, "Hey guys, when you go on the space tour, will you even be able to record and send episodes back?"
Sure.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we send them back in time. We don't send them through space.
Exactly. So it'll be no problem. Like wherever we are, we'll record, we'll send them back, and you, our faithful listeners, will be able to listen.
So far, we haven't recorded every single episode right here at your desk. We've had some live episodes.
Exactly.
They've always been...
Yeah, the low fidelity wave burner takes care of it.
Very trusty. We'll
take it with us, of course. Yeah. Okay, if we didn't take it with us, then it would be tricky, but we'll take the low fidelity wave burner with us.
Exactly.
Our recording gear.
And I even checked the schedule. Not sure if we mentioned this, but we leave on a Saturday and we come back on a Saturday. Mm-hmm. So we can, depending on when exactly, I think we can record once on the day we leave, one in the middle, and one on the day we come back.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. But don't worry, we'll report live from the space tour. All right. Well, thank you, Luna. And thanks everybody else for listening.
Indeed. Please send us emails.
Right.
Always remember to send us emails at michaellasagna5@gmail.com. Put the extra cool number 256 in the subject line so that we can know this episode went back in time. And feel free to ask us even more questions about our upcoming space tour.
Yes. And thanks for listening, and see you in 200 years.
Bye-bye.